If you didn't see my most recent live stream, which should have been my video right before this, I did not mean to go this long without posting. My apologies. I was very sick, and then I had to go back home to New Jersey, and then I got engaged. Matt and I got engaged on our 9-year anniversary. So I talk about that in my live stream. Sorry about that. Also, I'm very aware that I look ridiculous even for my own standards. That's because I'm trying out the Clown Blush Quad from Likely Makeup. These are not blushes for the average soul, the average person who's just trying to like look acceptable going to work and stuff. These are definitely if you're more of like a creative person, an artistic person, you're trying to be more out there with your looks, because these are some of the most pigmented blushes, if not the absolute most pigmented blushes that I've ever seen, and this was me trying to go lightly on it. So if you want to like play with draping and layering blush and like contouring with blush and like stuff like that, go for this because they're really smooth, nice powders. But like if you don't want to look like this, maybe skip it. Also today I finally got around to trying the Kaleidos Makeup Futurism 4 palette. This is their Neon Futurism palette. Beautiful. The duochromes alone make this palette worth it, and the mattes are spectacular and bright and blend super easily. Not sponsored. This was sent to me in PR though, and I love this palette a lot. And finally, I am testing out today the new Fenty Beauty Holo At Me Diamond Balm, which is the new one they released for the holidays. I don't know how well it's coming across on camera. I will say I only like to apply this with a finger, like rubbing my finger in the pan and tapping it out on the sides of my face. I can't pick it up with a brush. I don't know if that's a me problem, but I do like it. I think it's incredibly beautiful and a very unique color. Very different from the last Diamond Balm though. They feel like completely different formulas. I don't know. These are just little mini reviews because I'm backed up on reviews. I'll probably do a collective review of a lot of things in the future. I don't know. But yeah, that's why even by my own standards, I look insane today. I look like a clown got invited to Coachella, but it's also October, so I'm wearing black lipstick. I don't know. It works for me. My name is Lacey of Speak, Listen, Fat Hips, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Like I said, I didn't mean to go this long without posting, and I'm like once again out of it and need to get back into a routine. So I'm gonna ease into filming slowly by reacting to your unpopular beauty opinions. I know everyone has done this video, but I think it's fun and I've watched all of them, and I'm gonna hop on this bandwagon too. If you don't like it, why'd you click on the video? Some of these reactions that I have are going to be like a real simple yes I agree or no I don't, and other things we'll probably get into some deeper discussion, but I took screenshots of all of your answers. I'm not going to say anybody's name because I didn't ask permission to like show anyone's username, so I'm just going to read some stuff and we're going to go. The first unpopular opinion is that liquid matte lipsticks were fun, but they need to go away. I actually cannot believe I'm saying this, but I think I agree. Once upon a time, liquid lipsticks were my life. I think anyone who's been with my channel for the long run knows that's where the spooky lips thing comes from. I wear a lot of dark, spooky liquid lipsticks. But as I get older, I just find myself like gearing more towards glosses and towards cream lipsticks. And I'm now in my life trying to acquire more bullet lipsticks because I don't have a lot of traditional bullet lipsticks. I will say I agree. I cannot believe I'm saying that, but I agree. This person also says, full coverage foundations look bad on most faces, IRL. I don't like labeling makeup as looking good or looking bad because that's completely objective. Are you saying that because it doesn't look natural? Like we can tell you're wearing foundation kind of thing? Is it because it's emphasizing texture or pores? I don't know. I will say, what I agree with about this is that I think beauty YouTube specifically has led a lot of us to believe you have to do your makeup a specific way to look efficient. And there's also a difference between what looks good on camera versus what looks good in real life in terms of like emphasizing, like I said before, like texture, pores, matching your face, like things like that. I don't know. I feel neutral about full coverage foundation in real life. Just rock what you want to rock. Contour is not a necessary step. It honestly does nothing for most people. I would actually agree with this because I have always tried to contour throughout the years and have tried all different ways to contour throughout the years. I'm like gesturing my face. I'm doing kind of like a draping thing today. I had to realize that I just have a round face. Like there's absolutely nothing that I can do to really truly, unless I did like full Trixie Mattel like contouring, I cannot change my bone structure. I just look like this. I will say though, I do kind of bronze and contour as one step because I think it adds like something to my face, but it doesn't make me like Kim Kardashian. Let's say I will always be round. I hate when eyeshadow palettes have a shimmer as the darkest shade. I would agree with that as well. I like a dark matte. I like to be able to create layers and depth. Ooh, this is some tea. People only care when big brands do private labeling. When smaller companies do it, no one mentions this. I think that's, I don't know, this is so multi-layered because I know a lot of indie brands private label just to kind of get the ball rolling. But then a lot of other indie brands just private label straight up and then act like what they're doing is revolutionary. I don't know. I think I personally don't have anything against private labeling if you're just upfront about it. Like, don't act like you're not doing it. Just be honest about what you're doing. But I also know that's a personal preference, and a lot of people want hand-pressed powders that were made in somebody's house and blah, blah, blah. I don't know, just be honest about it. Like, don't be shady and act like you're not private labeling when you are. Expensive doesn't always mean better. Absolutely. I used to think that the more money I spent on makeup, the better the makeup was, and I have learned throughout the years that is absolutely not true, and that fantastic makeup exists across the board, across price points. Absolutely. Relevant to the culture in which we now currently live in makeup world, there's nothing wrong with Shane Dawson getting into makeup, just wish it wasn't Jeffree Star. I mean, like, I'm all about everyone who is curious about makeup, playing around with makeup and feeling creative and feeling beautiful or unique or special or like otherworldly, if that's what you're going for. That's what I'm going for today, apparently. What made me nervous and what made a lot of people nervous was the whole like cash grab element to the Shane Dawson thing, especially when it comes to boys in makeup. I particularly feel very protective of boys in makeup. Makeup's for one size fits all. That's my personal belief. So I didn't want it to be like a mockery, let's say. But I don't know, I've been keeping up with the documentary. It seems like he's trying to care about me because he honestly wants to make good makeup. But again, does he only want to take, is he only taking it this seriously because there's money involved? But also there's a part of me that realized it's very anthropology and it very much is reminiscent of like somebody immersing themselves into a culture and to be able to study it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be disrespectful. I don't know. The jury's out with me with the whole Shane Dawson documentary. I will see how I feel when the whole thing's wrapped up. Everyone should be able to wear as much or as little makeup as they want. No shaming. 1000% agree. Get the fuck out of here with makeup shaming. We don't do that in this house. This person says, Shape Tape sucks. It makes my under eyes look dry and cakey. Beauty gurus lie. I loved Shape Tape. I actually, one tube of Shape Tape would last me like 9 years practically because I just did like a dot under each eye and it was like good to go. And they're one of the only concealer ranges that like went light enough to highlight my under eyes. So like, I mean, right now I'm looking around. I'm pretty much good with my Colourpop concealer, but like I would buy Shape Tape again. I liked Shape Tape. This person says, I have no use for brown shimmers. I like a good brown shimmer when it's like a deep chocolatey brown shimmer or it has like any kind of depth or dimension to it. I'm over like coppers. I have no use for a copper just because I have 8 million coppers. Oh, I do not agree with this person. Primer is usually just a temporary fix for a gap in skincare. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, I do not agree with that. I know primer is very controversial. People either love primer, I'm team primer, or swear that primer doesn't work. I think it depends on what primer you're using and what you're specifically using to target with your primer. So for me, I like to smooth out my smile lines. I like to be a little grippy so my foundation sticks. I like to control the oils in my T-zone. Primer helps me with all of those things despite what my skincare routine looks like. I think you can definitely enhance something like texture, moisture levels, things like that with a good skincare routine like this person is suggesting. But when it comes to like the longevity of foundation, I swear primer does something. You can think I'm crazy, but I swear that it does. And I've been using like the cheapest e.l.f. primer humanly possible. So I'm not even talking about shelling out $50 for a primer either. I just think primer does something. Sue me. I don't mind owning a few big eyeshadow palettes. I don't either. I think it can go either way. A big eyeshadow palette can be overwhelming, or it can be practical in that I have everything I need in one situation. I don't know why this is the gesture for situation. I think if you're also like me, though, I can only speak from my own experiences, it is more helpful for me to have like a small curated palette like this just because of the size of my collection than it is to keep acquiring huge palettes. But that's just me. This person says, it annoys me when some beauty gurus talk like their whole audience lives in the USA. Not everyone has ever seen an Ulta or Sephora or TJ Maxx, for example. I will say I don't think you can blame people for speaking from their own point of view, and especially YouTube gives us our analytics. So like I know, for example, the majority of my audience is in the United States. So I can probably generalize and say things like that in my life. If a beauty guru's audience was not primarily in the United States and they were speaking as if they were, I can see that being problematic. But we look at our analytics, we know who we're talking to. So I don't know, if you add like an asterisk of like, oh, and if you can't get it in the US, I don't know. Like, you can't make everyone happy on the internet. Trust me. And I tried for a while to make everyone happy, and you just fucking can't. So this person says, complain about fast fashion, then buy a ton of Colourpop. I'm assuming they mean that there's people who will complain about fast fashion, but then buy a ton of Colourpop. I don't know why Colourpop is like self-proclaiming that they are the fast fashion of makeup, because I think we all know that that's a bad thing. I think when we say fast fashion, everyone kind of gets those themes of like unethical consumption, unethical labor, not paying people appropriately, not acquiring like resources ethically. I don't know why Colourpop wants to be the fast fashion of makeup. That seems problematic, but I would agree that people do that. This person just says, I hate Glossier so much. Okay. I don't like celebrities doing makeup lines when they don't look like they wear makeup. That kind of goes back to the whole Shane Dawson thing. Are you just doing a makeup line because you know it's easy money, or are you contributing something of value to this vast makeup sphere? The answer is always going to be money. So like, it's the new celebrity perfume, as Nisa Pisa has said. Everyone wants a piece of the makeup pie. This person says, wearing no other makeup but mascara, eyeliner, or brows looks bad. That's a stupid opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But like, again, makeup is so objective. Like, how can you actually say that something looks objectively good or objectively bad across the board when everybody is different, everybody's styles are different, everyone's features are different, everyone's tastes are different? Like, there's no amount of correct makeup you should or should not wear. Just wear makeup. Like, do you think, like, this is appropriate? Or that people think that this looks good? Like, there's so many people right now who are very angry at me for looking this clownish right now. But it's fine. I like it. Let people live. You can make colorful eyeshadow wearable. Oh, 100%. I think there's nice, tasteful ways. And I'm assuming this person means, when we say wearable, they mean like work appropriate, everyday appropriate. I would say you can strategically use color in a way that's not this. So, and still be like work appropriate, job appropriate, school appropriate, church appropriate, whatever. Okay, this person, you're straight up wrong. This person says undertones don't exist. That is so not true, and you will learn that undertones exist when you're wearing makeup that does not suit your specific undertones, especially when we talk about complexion products like foundation, concealer. I really, like, if I'm wearing something that's not suited for my undertone, because I'm pretty neutral and I skew a little warm sometimes, if I'm wearing something that doesn't look right for my undertones, I look just straight up sick or dead. And I think a lot of people would agree with that. Heck no, I don't believe that undertones don't exist. The makeup industry bubble isn't bursting. We only see our circle. I stand by that the bubble is bursting, because ever since making I think it was my last like real video, not live stream, where I talk about the makeup bubble bursting, I got a flood of like comments, DMs, like messages of people being like, I work in the makeup industry and sales are down. I work for X company and sales are down. I'm looking at so-and-so stocks, their stocks are down. I think as a whole right now in the United States, we are kind of headed towards a recession, and as a whole, retail sales have been down for the last couple years. So I do think the bubble's bursting. Personally, I disagree. Okay, I don't think this is an unpopular opinion. I think this is an extremely popular opinion. This person says, Jeffree Star, love or hate him, is an excellent businessman. This is something that I literally cannot turn on social media and not see this statement staring at me. Like, I don't disagree. I think especially as I'm filming this, we just got, I think, part 4 of the Shane documentary, and I said to my friends that Jeffrey's a good business person and that Shane is not because he's a little too empathetic to do business. But yeah, I think everyone thinks this. This is not an unpopular opinion at all, but it also doesn't negate all of the critiques against Jeffree Star either. Highlighting your Cupid's bow looks dumb. Legit, just give yourself a milk mustache. I will say to that, don't tell me what to do. I will milk mustache myself all I want. Now I've glitter mustached myself. What are you gonna do? Oh, okay, this is actually, I would say, is an unpopular opinion. I don't mind Colourpop releasing so many collections because they're offering the individual items. Okay, so I think this person's saying I don't mind they're releasing so much as long as it's not bundles. Is that what you're saying? I don't know. I would say it's okay for Colourpop has kind of carved out this niche for themselves of they release everything every 5 seconds. Fine. They kind of get away with it because their prices are so low. I think it becomes a problem when people become convinced that they need to keep up with any brand's release schedule, especially someone like Colourpop. And also just in general, that's a lot of shit to put in the world at any given moment that's arguably going to end up in a landfill. So I think that's why people have an issue with Colourpop, is those two issues, like completionism and like stuff. But like, I don't know. That's a whole other video. This person says eye cream is a sham. My serums and moisturizers should be enough. Absolutely not. And I've heard enough estheticians say to me, absolutely not. For anyone who doesn't know, I used to work at a spa, because the skin around your eyes is like thinner or more sensitive. So certain serums and moisturizers that aren't designed for the eye area can clog your pores and cause styes and irritation and things like that. And I personally have extremely sensitive eyes. I cannot use like face stuff on my eyes because it's too heavy, it's too much. So absolutely not. This, I would say, is a truly unpopular opinion. Using an illuminating primer on oily skin, I'm never gonna stop. You do you, hey. If the packaging is boring, I have zero interest in the product, no matter how great it is, and then in parentheses, shallow. I can be persuaded by good packaging, but bad packaging, I don't really care about unless it's like not functional. Like if it makes no functional or practical sense for the packaging to exist in the way it does, that's a deal breaker. But otherwise, like especially if it keeps the price of the overall product down, I don't really care. Oh god, this person says I don't really like Norvina. I don't really know enough about Norvina to have an opinion. I do think Norvina is trying to be an influencer and is very much using her popularity to bring growth to ABH, which I wouldn't say is a good or bad thing. It's actually pretty smart. I think most highlighters look ugly as fuck on people in person, myself included. Do not make me apply even more highlighter. You can rip highlighter out of my cold dead hands. This other person right next to them says highlighter is overrated. How dare all of you? Do you know who you're talking to right now? Get out of my inbox with this. I like pressed glitters a lot and don't think they are that much extra work. I agree. I have delved into the world of glitter thanks to Hannah Louise Poston, who has ruined my life. There is now glitter everywhere. I really love glitter. Sephora is obsolete now that indie brands and drugstores have gotten so good. I wouldn't say that Sephora, actually, you know what, I kind of agree with you actually, because there's good makeup everywhere all the time, constantly. I would actually agree with you. No shade to Sephora, but also their point system kind of sucks compared to Ulta, and I've said that constantly that I'm team Ulta, so. I don't think there should be an age limit on shimmery and sparkly eyes. Sparkle at any age. Hell yeah, agree. Most beauty gurus have a straight up shopping addiction and don't care. This is, I would say, oh, first of all, who are you referencing? So here's the thing about shopping addiction. I think the rate of which beauty gurus are able to shop doesn't translate for the average person. And this is something that I think the viewer has to understand. And I'm talking about myself in this too. I've talked openly about me trying to keep up with beauty guru shopping in the past. You cannot project your own finances onto the person that you're watching on the screen. You can't do it to me right now. You can't do it to anybody. We all have different financial situations. Beauty gurus are making the investment back on their return, or the return back on their investment. Is that the way that I should phrase this? Anything that a beauty guru who is making livable money from doing YouTube is buying for the sake of their videos, they're earning back. And I think that's different than a shopping addiction, and where you are truly buying to feed something emotional inside of yourself. I think those are two different things. And I think this perspective of like projecting shopping addictions onto other people is really us projecting our financial situations onto other people and not being able to like fathom buying makeup at the rate that beauty gurus can, because we're not in their situations, and that would make the average person like go broke. So I don't know. That's just my personal take on it. This is my response to your opinions. You know what video you clicked on, you're welcome to disagree. Natasha Denona quality is too inconsistent for how overhyped / priced the brand is. I would agree with that, and that is why anytime I buy from Natasha Denona, I have to wait to consume multiple reviews, because I need to make sure that my money is going to something that's gonna be awesome for what I'm paying. And I have seen a lot of inconsistent reviews, and I do think her formula changes a lot across all of the sizes of her palettes. I don't know if that's because she's outsourcing certain palettes to different labs or whatnot. I don't know. I would agree with you on that. Bronzer and contour are not the same thing, says this person. I would also agree with that. It just depends on what you're using powder for. Highlighter needs to come in much smaller pans. Most people can't wear it every day. I do wear highlighter every day, but I've never panned a highlighter ever. And there's even highlighters that I've gone so hard for and like really have used constantly and like made good dips in, but have not even come close to panning. I don't know how a human being pans a highlighter, especially if you own more than one. Shaming people for buying TJ Maxx / Marshall's makeup is not okay. I also agree with that. I see this very often with Walmart. People using Walmart as an insult, like shopping at Walmart is an insult. I mean, it's one thing to critique the company in itself for all of the shitty things that they do, but don't critique people who have no other option but to shop at these places. That's just me. Nude palettes are life. I'm a doctor, so I can't just wear blue shadow daily. Can you imagine you're sitting waiting for like, I don't know, to get a physical or something, and your doctor comes in and just like full, like looking like this, like full drag. What would the average person do? What would I do? I don't even know. I'd be like, sick, what eyeshadow are you wearing? Anastasia Beverly Hills formula is overhyped and not good. Sorry. And then this emoji. When it comes to their like traditional size palettes, I don't have any within reach right now. Those used to be holy grail status for me. That formula used to be so good. Now, with the frequency of the releases, I don't know if their quality may be going downhill or not. I don't know. It's just my conspiracy, allegedly. I just started choking. This made me laugh. This concealer is cakey, in quotations. Bitch, you put on a pound of it. Where's the lie? Powder swatches should be done on the palm of the hand, not on the forearm. It just looks better. Let's test. I'm gonna rip off a fake nail trying to open this palette. Oh my god. We're gonna swatch this beautiful pink duochrome right now. We're gonna do it twice. We're gonna do it on the forearm, and then we'll do it on the palm of the hand, and we'll see what looks better. So that's that. And then the palm of the hand. Very Jeffree Star. Oh, you know what? I don't know, this kind of does look better. Maybe this does look better. I don't know, let me know down below which swatch is better, forearm or palm of the hand. Shit, you might have just changed my life. I might actually just start doing swatches on the palm. Let's do another one. Let's do the other foil and then the matte, and we'll go from there. Hand. Shit, this might have just actually changed my life. My makeup guru life. I'm not a guru, but I also don't have a makeup wipe, so this is a problem right now. Crap. I don't know why people are scared to wear colorful eyeshadow out and about, because all that I have gotten with neon pink shadows is positive comments. Again, personal preference, baby. I am very much team do the thing, wear the whatever, you do you. I think life is way too short and so absolutely meaningless at the end of the day. That's dark, I'm sorry, but like to like do anything because you're afraid that you look bad or other people will think that you look bad, or you're worried about what society will think, blah blah blah. Fuck all of that noise. Just do the thing that makes you happy. We're literally like apes crawling around a rock through space. And so many things had to live or die to get you to the point where you are right now. Like, if you want to wear blue sparkly eyeshadow and you're worried about what Karen down the hall might think, fucking wear the thing. Do it. What's the worst thing to happen? You look like this, I look ridiculous and I'm still happy. go for it. Wear the thing. This person is team YouTuber. YouTubers shouldn't feel the need to apologize for not wearing nail polish, messy hair, ugly t-shirt, etc. We feel sorry for it because we're trying to prevent the comments from coming in of people being like, you really should have painted your nails before you ever, like, you know, because there's always an actually comment. No matter what you do, there's going to be some on this video. Georgia was telling me that she was doing an overhead video of like depotting or something on her table, and someone left a comment of like, why are you doing this on an ugly table? Get a nice table. You can't make everybody happy, so that's why we do it, because we're trying to prevent actually comments. Also, this person says some YouTubers can be too self-deprecating. Oh yeah, and I don't like perpetuating like self-hatred. I think there's like jokes, and then there's like truly teaching people that it's okay to hate yourself, which I don't believe in. I think there's no reason to ever hate yourself in any circumstance. So I can agree with that. Not everything is supposed to be for everyone. More releases equals more choices. When it comes to like colored cosmetics, obviously yes, like different strokes for different folks. When it comes to something like complexion lines, I don't agree with this logic, because then you're just excluding populations of people based on skin tone. So, because I've seen that, I'm sure this person's not suggesting this, but I've seen this argument of not every release is for everybody when it comes to like skin tone specific products, and I don't fucking agree with that. But when it comes to like color cosmetics, absolutely 100% agree. Also, this person says, I love the amount of releases coming out. It's not too much. It allows for diversity. If everything that's coming out is great and inspired and good quality, then I would agree with this. But I think every brand is pushing out bullshit for the sake of getting something on the market and people buying it, and then quality is getting lower, and that like creativity being put into releases is getting lower. That's just my take on it. Oh my god, Fenty isn't very good in Urban Decay. All Nighter doesn't work. I love Fenty, but I don't think All Nighter spray works either, personally. Sometimes sponsored videos feel and sound like a new infomercial. 100% yes, and this is because companies give you a script to read. They don't trust you to just talk in your own vernacular in a way that resonates with your audience, that you've already established, and that you can already build on the connection you already have. Does that make sense? Like, companies don't trust you to just do what you've already done to gain trust in your audience. They give you a script and it's stupid. For the love of God, I just wish YouTubers would put out content they love. I do too. But I think money and views comes into play, and especially when people are doing this as a job, it does dictate what content you put out, because you don't want to waste your time, you know? And a lot of the times the comments say that they want one thing, but the views say another. So I totally agree, but when it becomes a job, I get it. Indie brands' quality sometimes isn't worth the price markup. 1000% agree with that. Blush across the nose is to die for, says this person. I've lately been trying the blush across the nose thing. I don't like, Lauren May Beauty makes it look perfect on her. I just don't know. I think it's the sweater. I feel like a scarecrow right now. I don't think that has anything to do with my makeup. I think that's just my wardrobe choices in this moment in time. I have to play around with my blush placements. I'm just now getting more brave with my blush, and I'm bringing it like real high up towards the temples and like across the nose and stuff. The jury is out. Okay, I'm so tempted to call out this person by name because they're a friend of mine. The Colourpop Juicy Lip Glosses look like they're goopy and gross. No thanks. Don't let Hannah, Smoky Glow Hannah, tell you that the Colourpop glosses are gross, because they're fucking fantastic and I stand by them. Don't come for my So Juicy lip glosses. They're good. Seriously, they're good. I'm telling you, look into my eyes. They're so good and wonderful. Ooh, this is a good opinion. White privilege runs rampant within the beauty community, and Shane and J Star are prime examples. 1000% agree. White privilege is everywhere, and people get very upset when you bring up that phrase, and I think it's because people don't truly understand what it means, if I can be perfectly honest. This person says, do we boycott unethical brands like Too Faced and hold brands to a higher standard? The problem with boycotts is I feel like not enough people are ever on board to make it effective and make it work. That being said, though, I do think enough people have boycotted Kat Von D that I do think it's probably harming her financially. And I say that because all of her stuff is so drastically on sale that it's kind of shocking, actually. I don't know. buy from whoever you want, make decisions the best that you can that work for you. In the grand scheme of capitalism, do boycotts always work? Unfortunately, no. And I think if you're someone with a platform, let's say using myself as an example, you can do your best by not highlighting as many crap brands as you possibly can and not bringing attention to as many brands. But again, that's just my personal preference at that point and who I think morally should or shouldn't. It's like such a complicated, heavy issue. I still have swatches on my hand. I think it doesn't work as long as the system of capitalism is prevalent and strong, but like, don't let me tell you what to buy or what not to buy or do. I don't know. That was such a existential non-answer, and I apologize. I think I just gave a non-answer so much because I'm getting kind of exhausted on this issue of policing every single thing that everybody does. And on the one hand, there's people who do really shitty things who deserve to be called out for it. But on the other hand, I don't know, should I just do a whole video on the subject? Let me know if you want a whole video on the subject, because I just gave such a non-answer and I felt myself giving such a non-answer. But because it's such a multi-layered issue. Ooh, this is another juicy one. Hot take, I think anyone who uses facetune helps promote people having dysmorphia. I don't know. I think if you are not acknowledging that you're using facetune, I don't know. Does normalizing facetune cause harm to people and their body images? Probably, honestly. Yeah, I don't know if I disagree with you, actually. I think I would have to think on this, and I think it's one thing to adjust lighting to look a little bit better in photos, let's say, which is something that I do. But to change your physical appearance and create a totally unrealistic standard, I mean, it's no different than fashion magazines back in the day, and still do, editing the fuck out of photos and out of actors and models and things like that. I don't know. Maybe. I don't disagree with you. And then the last non-heavy opinion that I will say is that liquid eyeshadow is awful, says this person. I've met very few liquid eyeshadows that I personally like, but I don't think they're all awful across the board. I just think it depends on your eye shape and your technique. Like I mentioned with the whole, who do we cancel kind of question that was brought up, if there's any of these topics that you do want a dedicated video for, let me know, because I didn't even get to nearly all of my opinions. I got a flood of unpopular opinions in my inbox. I didn't even get to most of them. I could definitely do this video again. And everything I gave was such a blurb of a response. If you want an in-depth response to any of these opinions, let me know. Again, this was all in good fun. These were just my opinions. These were just whoever submitted opinions, redundant. If you disagree with anything I said or anything anybody said, you're welcome to disagree. Just don't be awful in the comments. We can all be adults and be respectful. Hi, Editing Lacey here. Funny story, as I was editing this video and going through all of the screen caps of the opinions that were sent to me, there were so many really good, deep, thought-provoking opinions that were sent to me that I didn't even mean to overlook. They got lost in a sea of opinions because I had so many things sent to me. So please let me know if you want me to do a part 2 of this style video, and I'll make that one a lot more serious and zesty and thought-provoking and deep. And let me know, and if you gave me one of those types of opinions, know that I didn't mean to overlook them for the sake of keeping this video PC or anything like that. I just genuinely didn't see them until after the fact, and I'm kicking myself for it. So let me know. Thanks. Other than that, though, I need to go make dinner. It is very late. If you like this video, if you like reaction videos, and if you like me, please hit like and subscribe. You can also follow me on my Instagram, which is also Speakless and Fat Hips, and my Twitter at SpeakyLacey. Both will be linked down below with any other pertinent information you could want. I have so many videos planned. I'm so sorry that I went so long without posting. I genuinely did not mean to. It is what it is. But other than that, that is all I have to say for this video. Thank you guys so much. I forgot my own intro. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys!